Alright guys, I upgraded my speakers. You guys all gave me crap for it in the room tour. I love the new speakers. I want to tell you all about them. And after that, we're going to be giving away a vinyl test pressing. I'm going to tell you all about it right after this. So as you guys saw in the room tour, I had some pretty crappy speakers. Now they're not bad, they're great entry-level speakers, but that's exactly what they are, entry-level. I need to upgrade with the size of my collection, how much I listen to music, how much I care about music. Speakers do make a huge difference in your setup. I was using some Dayton bookshelf speakers, these guys, and you know what? They're not that good. I thought they were good at the time, but having upgraded the speakers, I know now what I should have known before is that they were entry level for a reason, and it's time to graduate to the big boy speakers. I have upgraded, thanks to a lot of your advice and some careful reading online, to Polk Audio Signature S15s. First of all, on an aesthetic level, these are beautiful. The finish on them, especially if you take the grill off, they look awesome. Compared to the last ones, it is a night and day visual upgrade in my room. The consensus online is that for the price range, they are surprisingly fantastic. I don't want to say I know how to describe speakers very well. I'm not much of an audiophile in the sense of being able to talk about hardware and be able to say all these flowery terminology things that'll make it sound really cool. So I'm going to just speak as basically as I know how to let you know that I like them. Also, for the record, I was not paid by Polk to do this. This was an entirely blind purchase that I am exceptionally happy with. The highs are bright and the mids are solid. The bass is really well defined and not overpowering, which is a huge thing. Sometimes speakers have punching bass and I just hate it. Without going into too much detail, the sound overall is just rich, clear, and detailed. I can't recommend these enough. If you're looking for speakers that won't break the bank, but you gotta spend a little bit to enjoy, this is probably your best bet, because that was the range that I was in. I was ready to drop a little money, but I wasn't about to spend $1,000. At the time of this video, on Amazon, you can get these for $230 shipped for free if you have Prime, which is a great deal. And I'm going to leave a link in the description, so if you want to go check them out on there, you can. If you've had experience with these speakers, I would love to hear what you think of them. Leave a comment, and if you have any other questions about them, I will answer them to the best of my ability. Alright, part 2 of the video. We are giving away a record, and it's a really cool record. We have partnered with Enjoy the Ride, again, to give away a test pressing of their new record they just released. If you're not familiar with Yo Gabba Gabba, you should be. It's pretty much an acid trip for kids. This is a show that if I was a kid and I got to watch, I would turn into a very excellent human being, because they get some stellar musicians that come on and make songs just for the show that are geared towards kids, but these musicians are so good that they're actually good songs on their own. They have 2 separate compilations. One of them is more indie rock themed, and one of them is a little more pop punk emo themed, and they're both so fun. The test pressing we're going to give away is for the first one I want to talk about, which is Yo Gabba Gabba, Fantastic Voyages. This compilation has a song by the band The Faint, who does kind of like dance punk, electro punk kind of music. I loved them back in high school, and I still think they're great, especially the song Glass Dance. On the end of side A, the band The Faint actually has a song called Teach Me that has never been released on any other physical format, so this is super cool. They gave me this beautiful version. This is one of the prettiest records I've seen in some time. For each record there's 3 variants, and I'm not Rain Man, so I can't memorize them, but I will read them. This one has 200 pressed on Muno red vinyl. Muno is one of the characters on Yo Gabba Gabba. 150 pressed on Mountain Purple inside of clear with pink, yellow, and red splatter, which is this beautiful guy right here. There's 100 pressed copies on Yo Gabba Gabba's logo Funsplosion, which is an orange-yellow swirl with blue and pink splatter. Tongue twister. That's probably sold out by now because it's the most limited, so unfortunately I don't think you can get that. While these songs are geared towards kids, the artists they got to be on these compilations are top tier musicians that I have records of in my collection for almost all of them. On this record, my favorite songs are Pancakes and Syrup by Biz Markie, because it almost reminds me of his feature on the Avalanches, The Noisy Eater. It's just Biz Markie talking about food. Spaceship Adventure by The Killers, just a bombastic Brandon Flowers song. The Shins have a very great Shinsy song called It's Okay, Try Again. They feature a band called I'm From Barcelona, which is a band that I didn't know a lot of people knew. I saw them when I visited France. It's like a 23-person band, super fun indie pop, and they have a song called Just Because It's Different Doesn't Mean It's Scary, which is true. Of Montreal, one of my top bands, I have all of their records, has a song called Brush 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 about brushing your teeth, but it's done in that infectious, psychedelic indie pop way, and I like it almost as much as some of my favorite of Montreal songs. Maybe not, but it's a very good song. And the big shocker of the entire compilation is indie curmudgeon legend Mark Kozelek is doing Bedtime Lullaby at the end, which is just a very soft, quiet, beautiful Mark Kozelek-esque lullaby. Now, I can guarantee you none of these kids have ever heard of Sun Kil Moon, Red House Painters, or Mark Kozelek, but for the adults, they're all probably like, yes. Yo Gabba Gabba, hey, is the punk emo version of that, which has a lot of bands that I truly cherish, such as Weezer doing All My Friends Are Insects, which is probably true because he's a weird dude, Rivers Cuomo. Jimmy Eat World does Beautiful Day with My Best Friend. I wish it was me, Jim. Taking Back Sunday has We All Love Our Pets, which is true. Then they got another band adjacent to of Montreal, Apples in Stereo. They did That's My Family, which is a really good psych pop band that's in the same world as Olivia Tremor Control, Neutral Milk Hotel, and all those great bands that are mostly from Georgia. The other really cool thing about this compilation, much like The Faint, My Chemical Romance has a song that's also never been released on a physical format called Every Snowflake is Different. It's pretty damn good. Let's talk variants. So the one they generously sent over to me is 200 copies on Muno themed vinyl, because he's a red creature. So this side it's red, and if you hold it up to light, it has this really cool light splatter inside that you can only really see well when put under light. But the B-side label is an eyeball, so you can actually see what Muno looks like. For the other variants, we have 150 pressed on Fufa themed vinyl, which is pink with white circles, and then 100 on Yo Gabba Gabba logo Funsplosion again, which I believe is sold out also. So if you wanted those Funsplosions, you should have acted faster. If you get both the records on the ETR store at the same time, they're actually giving out a poster with it. The poster features all of the different Yo Gabba Gabba lands, I suppose, and it goes in conjunction with the removable sticker sheet that comes in Yo, so you can have fun while you listen. Also, for you audiophiles out there that care about this kind of thing, this is the first time these mixes are released in stereo. Previously they were mono, so cool little fact. The limited variants are found on Turntable Lab, Zabby, Books A Million, and of course the Enjoy the Ride web store. So you're all watching this video being like, how do I get my test pressing? What do I do? It's incredibly simple. First up, make sure you're subscribed to Too Many Records on YouTube. Then you're going to want to go and follow Enjoy the Tunes and Enjoy the Ride, which I'll link to in the description. And last but not least, leave a comment with your favorite Yo Gabba Gabba track. After about a week, I will pick one random comment from the comment section, and ETR will send you a test pressing that you can enjoy and cherish for the rest of your life. Best of luck to everyone who enters. I hope it goes to someone that really loves Yo Gabba Gabba and not some crazy flipper. But it's the internet. You never know. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I mean, if you want to enter the contest, you were going to do it anyway. And we'll have more videos for you very soon.